Welcome to the Dice Tower, a series of video reviews about board and card games. Here are your hosts, Tom Vassell and Sam Healy.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
Sam Healy. Welcome back, folks.
Now, Marvel Cinematic Universe is amazing. Love the Black Panther movie. And so I was excited about Wakanda Forever.
Yep.
Although, if I am correct on this, it's actually not based on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's based on the Marvel Comics. Because in this, you are in charge. One person's the Black Panther, and everyone else wants to be the Black Panther, like consistently. And a long line of bad guys, one at a time, is going to come up and attack Wakanda, and you got to fight them off.
Yep.
Is that theming wise? What is this?
I mean, Warmonger is in this, along with a whole slew of other villains. So it's not just based on the Black Panther movie.
Oh, no. There's villains in here that I didn't even know the Black Panther had fought.
Correct. There's just a whole bunch of them in there.
There's so many. We got Ghost. That's a Ant-Man villain.
Yes.
And Madam Hydra and Enchantress and Taskmaster. It's a Batman villain. And Kang, he's an Avengers. Okay, anyway, there's just a lot.
Yeah, there's just a whole slew of videos.
Take a look.
Villains. So here I have a 5-player game of Wakanda Forever set up for you, with each player taking on the role of a different tribe in Wakanda. You've got the Jabari tribe over here, the border tribe, the mining tribe, the river tribe over here, and then the merchant tribe here. Then in the middle, you have villains that are going to be attacking the different tribes in Wakanda. For example, Leviathan here will be attacking the purple, or the merchant tribe, which is denoted by this right here, which means that they're simply going to be rolling one less die mining for vibranium when that phase happens. The next villain that's going to be coming up is Wrecking Crew, and then Ironmonger after that. Now, what we're trying to do here is defend Wakanda from these different villains that are coming out. And when you defeat a villain, that villain is going to go in front of the Black Panther, whoever he or she might be. And that's going to give them a special ability that they're going to be able to do throughout the course of the turn. Now, one person is going to start off as the Black Panther, and that's determined by everybody rolling these vibranium dice, and whoever has the least. For example, this person over here got 4 vibranium to start the game with, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they'll put that behind their screen. This person over here is going to roll, and well, they only got 2. That was a pretty horrible roll. Over here, they got 6 to start off with, so we'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This group over here, they've got 5, so we'll go ahead and get that out there. And finally, the merchant tribe rolls 2 as well. So what will happen here? These 2 tribes rolled 2. The Black Panther is going to go to one of them, and that is determined by rolling a number of dice, and whoever gets the most number of hits. So they got 3 over here. The merchant tribe got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. So the Black Panther is going to come to the merchant tribe, and that's where they're going to start. Now, each round of the game is carried out in 6 different phases. The first phase is a villain attacks, which means that if a new villain, if a villain was defeated last turn, a new villain will come out and then they attack whoever this is right here. Well, we've already set up the game and they're already attacking the merchant tribe, so we're good to go there. Then everybody except for the Black Panther is going to be rolling to mine for vibranium. So they're going to roll these dice, and whatever result they come up with, that's how much more vibranium they put behind their screen. And now that everyone has mined for vibranium, sans the Black Panther, as we said before, now you're going to be able to power your tech with the vibranium that you have accumulated. So if you look inside the screen here, it actually tells you how you can power your vibranium. So for example, if you don't spend any, you're simply going to roll 1 die, and that's what you're going to be using to attack the villain. But if you spend 1 vibranium, you can add 1 tech die to it. If you spend 2, you can add 2 tech dice to your roll. If you spend 4 vibranium, you can add 3. And then if you spend 6 vibranium, you can add all 4 tech dice plus the purple to your attack roll against the villain that's here. Now, in addition to whatever vibranium you might spend, the Black Panther is also going to be able to roll this special die that only he can roll during the course of his turn. So at this point, during the powering your tech phase, everybody's going to be able to choose how much they spend and put it underneath their cup. And then after everyone has chosen, all of the cups are revealed to show how much vibranium was used by each of the tribes to power their vibranium. And then starting with the Black Panther, he's going to make the first attack against the villain here. So he takes his red die along with the purple die, and then he used 2 vibranium to power his tech, so he gets to take 2 of these, and he's going to roll all these together. And he adds all that together. He scores 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's going to score him 1 point here. And then he also scores 1 point for every point of damage he did against the villain, which is 5 more. The vibranium is removed and put back into the river here. He keeps the red die, but then all of these dice come over here. Now, the Jabari tribe over here, they spent 4 vibranium to power their tech weapons, which means they're going to be able to roll 3 of the tech dice along with the 1 purple. And so they're going to roll to make their attack, and they only scored 1 hit. So boom, they only score 1 point, and that goes behind their screen. Over here, the Border tribe spent 2 vibranium to power their tech weapons. So they're going to take this purple die and 2 of the tech dice and make a roll. And they scored 1, 2 hits. So that will be 1, 2. And the final player to score the killing blow gets to take a bonus of 3 points plus however many hits they did. So that is 5 points altogether, and they put that behind their screen, which kills this. Now, the person who defeated the villain does not take this. It goes in front of the Black Panther. And now the Black Panther has that special ability. For example, Leviathan says you gain 4 vibranium if you strike the final hit on a villain. So if the Black Panther is ever the one to knock out the villain in the future, then that's going to be a special ability he can trigger. Now, since the villain was defeated, a new villain is going to take his place. So the Wrecking Crew comes up here in phase 5. And their hit points are 7, so this comes back up here to 7. These spots are refilled. Now, phase 6 is a voting round, and in the voting round, people are going to have the opportunity to challenge the Black Panther to become the Black Panther. And that's going to be by using these voting chips. Either you're going to show that you are loyal using this side, or you're going to show that you're going to challenge the Black Panther by using this side. And everybody chooses this by simply placing whichever side they want face up and putting their cup on top of that in order to determine which group they're going to go for. Now, of course, in this phase, the Black Panther doesn't get to vote. He just has to fight against whoever may or may not be challenging him. So at this point, everybody reveals what they have done. So these 2 have remained loyal, and if you remain loyal, you gain 1 Wakanda point for later on. So 1 point, 1 point. Over here, he has chosen to challenge the mining tribe, and the river tribe have also decided that they're going to challenge as well. If you have a spot where you have 2 people who are tied, you look at how much vibranium they have behind their shield, and that will determine who is the more powerful tribe and who gets to actually be the challenger. So the mining tribe here has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. And the river tribe here has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So by 1, these people are not going to be able to, the river tribe's not going to be able to challenge, but the mining tribe is. And so what they do now is they are going to be able to spend an amount of vibranium, just like if they were going to be attacking the villain, and determine how much they're going to attack the Black Panther with. And the Black Panther will also be able to do the same thing, but right now the Black Panther is actually out of vibranium, so he is just going to not be able to power any of his vibranium, so he's going to go do this, and the mining tribe has spent 6, which means they're going to be rolling all 4 tech dice and the purple die like so. Now, since the Black Panther wasn't able to power up any of his technology with vibranium, he's simply going to be rolling the red die and the purple die. So we'll go ahead and do his roll first. And he got exactly 1 hit, but he does get a vibranium because he rolled it such. Now, the other person is going to be able to roll, the mining tribe over here, and they simply have to exceed 1 point of damage. And if they do that, then they have won the challenge. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they also get a vibranium. And so the Black Panther comes over here to the mining tribe like so. And that would be the end of the first round. At the beginning of the next round, the new villain is going to attack the river tribe as denoted by the green diamond over here. And now during mining, they're going to be rolling 1 fewer dice. This red die came with, and we continue doing that. Now, the game does have a variable amount of ending. You can do a quick or a shorter game in which everyone starts with one of these abilities, and the amount of points that you have to get changes. So, for example, in a short game with 5 players, you only have to score 25 points and be the Black Panther in order to win the game. Whereas in a normal game, you will have to score 35 points and be the Black Panther in order to end the game. And that's generally speaking how you play Wakanda Forever.
So what do you think about the components of this?
Components were great. I
like these little cups.
Yeah, the little cups were great. While they were a little bit unwieldy when you're trying to pick up multiple of them, the vibranium tokens were pretty cool.
I did not like them in here.
Yeah,
this was a
good idea, just
but
not
they
a
were
practical
pulling them out. I was like, just put them in a bowl or something.
Yep.
The dice were okay.
Yeah. I mean,
and the art is fantastic. This company,
angular dice. I don't really like a whole lot of angular 6-sided. I don't like when they have the sharp corners on them. I like them when they're
well, they're not too sharp, but they're not. I know what you mean.
They're not rounded, but they're good dice.
Well, this company does really good job on artwork. The artwork in here looks like it's like half comic, half cartoon artwork. Mm-hmm. The shields were okay.
Yeah, the shield, the artwork on the shields was not stellar, but it had good information on the other side, which helped for gameplay. So that's 2 stones, 2 birds with 1 stone, as far as you got your player aid on one side of the shield and so forth. So it's okay. I didn't dislike them, but I think they could have been better.
All right, so gameplay. So in this gameplay, essentially, thematically, it's, hey, we all want to be a Black Panther. Yeah. Someone becomes Black Panther, they're going to get more points. You just do when you're the Black Panther. And you also have the chance to get the villain, which is a really big deal.
You get the villain special abilities. That's the thing.
But then someone's going to challenge you to be Black Panther, which we saw happen if you've seen the movie. That happened in the movie. Did not happen 20 times in the movie, but it will happen a lot in this game. Thematically, I was kind of like, man, these tribes are like never getting along. They are just constantly fighting to be a Black Panther, and the game pretty much forces you to.
Yeah.
You have to, because you will not win if you're never the Black Panther.
Which kind of goes against the theme of the game. I mean, the game's called Wakanda Forever. So if you
it's my tribe forever.
Exactly, right? I mean, if you have a good Black Panther that's doing a good job in defeating things and so forth, then why? Why are you trying to oust him? It just didn't. It seemed like a disconnect to the theme for me. If they would have had, like, for example, if the villain wasn't defeated, then you can challenge. If that was the rule,
sure,
that would be fine. But you can challenge whether he was defeated or not.
I felt like it was very non-thematic in that way. I mean, I do like the villains. Also, the villains don't do anything special. Like when Kang comes, he just has more hit points than the next person.
Well, they do attack the different tribes, and they make it harder for those tribes to get vibranium.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. I hate that rule.
Yeah.
What is with that?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, by the way, you're getting beat up this turn. But why? Because you're green.
You're green, right?
Yeah. I really...
I mean, maybe if we knew more about the comics, maybe...
No, I'm almost 100% positive these are just
I don't know.
equally based. But because of the luck of the game, it's possible that like in the first 4 cards, 2 or 3 are for one player.
Yeah.
And I've seen it, right? And that's, if you're not that player, you're like... but if you are, it kind of sucks to be consistently... You're being beat up. It's just a mechanism I don't get. Like if you're winning... So the guy says, oh, the person with the most victory points, that's who I'm going to go after.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right? And then they have to struggle through it. But instead, he's like, I'm going after this person. They're losing, who cares?
Yeah.
So there's some luck in that. And in fact, honestly, the whole game is super lucky.
Very lucky.
To the point where you could go up against someone with 2 dice and they have 6 and you could win.
Yeah.
It's very, very possible, and I saw it happen many times because they don't have the attack symbols on very many sides of the dice. So it's really easy to whiff out.
Yep.
And
very much so.
When attacking the bad guys and getting points for them, again, especially crossing these barriers, sometimes someone rolls really well, and sometimes you roll poorly. That's the nature of a dice game.
Or you go like right up to one of the barriers and you don't actually cross over, it just sets it up for the next person to get it.
The problem I have with the game is I don't mind the luck actually so much. I don't mind the spending the things to get the luck. I don't mind the luck for a game that's this long.
Each tribe, we didn't really mention this, but each tribe does have their own special ability.
It's okay.
But again, and this is usually one of the things that I really like in games, but it was just kind of anticlimactic, I guess. They just don't really help that much. Double the vibranium earned when it's rolled on any silver tech upgrade die. Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, by the way, that one's really good compared to some of the others.
While attacking the villain, you may re-roll only the purple battle die and the red Dora Milaje die if either lands on a blank side. You may do that once per turn.
That's not as good as the Merchant Tribe.
No, it's not. I mean, so they're asymmetrical powers, but just felt a little bit out of place.
Yeah, overall, the thing was it just kept going on and on and on, and it had the same tempo. Here's the tempo. So me, Sam, and Mandy are playing this game, right? So Sam's the Black Panther. It's over. I have dice. Mandy doesn't have dice. I'm challenging Sam. Then I win or lose, but maybe I win. Let's say I win. Then next turn, Sam's like beat up, so he's waiting, and then Mandy attacks me. And then the next turn, Sam attacks Mandy, and then I attack Sam. And it just, this constant, I don't know that I ever saw a round where everybody said we're loyal to the Black Panther. Because it's so good to be the Black Panther.
Yeah, that's true. But at the same time,
why would you not attack him? 1 point? Woohoo!
Yeah. No, I mean, I really wanted to like the game, and I just didn't.
Here.
I really, really, really wanted it. I think it was trying to ride the wave of the Avengers Thanos Rising game. It's trying to ride that wave coming out. I mean, it has almost a similar look. It's in that universe.
Yeah, there's also this company did Hail Hydra, which was a really good game.
Thanos Rising is such a better game, but it's really similar.
Yeah. The difference in that one is it's co-op, so you're working together. So if you're doing poorly, that's okay. We're still winning.
Yeah.
In this game, if you're doing poorly, you kind of just watch someone else. I've seen games where some people just got shocked, and someone else did really well, and it just came down to that person didn't roll well. It wasn't that they made decisions. In fact, this game doesn't even have you have 2 decisions you make over the course of the game. How much money you'll spend to do dice.
What do I use my vibranium?
And then will I attack the Black Panther or not? That is all. Not will I hit the villain? Of course I'm going to hit the villain. I just may or may not hit him. Right. I don't know. Again, if it was a 20, 30-minute game, I could probably live with that.
Yeah.
But the game takes...
Clocks in about an hour.
Sometimes longer, depending on how slow, how many people are playing. I wanted to like it.
Yeah, me too.
And I think some people will, but you got to like luck for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah, this one gets a thumbs down from me. Unless Black Panther's looking at me, then in which case it's Wakanda forever, you know. But otherwise, it gets a thumbs down.
Yeah, I'm just going to assume that the Black Panther is watching. I'm going to give him no thumbs up. We're good, man. We're good, but I'd rather be on your team in Thanos Rising. There you go. How's that?
Wakanda Forever, some of the people playing said that the forever described the length of the game. It's not quite that bad.
No.
But there you go.
Feels like it, but no.
All right, until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
Sam Healy. See you on the flip side, folks.
Thanks so much for watching another Dice Tower video. If you enjoy our videos, subscribe to the channel for more fun, comprehensive board game coverage. Also, consider joining us at one of our events. Come to Dice Tower Retreat, a small, intimate gathering where gaming is king. Join us for Dice Tower Cruise, the largest board game cruise. Attend Dice Tower West in Las Vegas, for gaming fun on the West Coast, or Dice Tower East in Orlando, in sunny Florida. Dice Tower Conventions, the friendliest gaming conventions on Earth. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.